Previously on License to Play. See, and the only water flowing is a gush of terror pee, and the Christmas bells that ring there only signal that they're doomed.
Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
Of plucky nerds to evaluate. Let's make it complicated for you. A real busy work kind of evaluation. Yes, okay. Yeah. So, I command you, Commander Dan, to review a Christmas-themed golf game that's not Flash-based. Because the greatest gift Santa can give a humanoid like yourself, other than a box of Christmas meat or man-ape-specific delousing compound, is a challenge! I hope you're ready for this one, Bright Eyes, because if you fail to evaluate the Christmas golf game, you and your whole crew is going on the dick list.
Oh, what about the state-sponsored and distributed fruitcake? That's not fair.
Get upset on the internet, you're a salt adult, you're a salt adult. Get upset on the internet, you're a salt adult. Throwing out a hissy fit, your views ain't in the millions, and every up and comer is a threat to what you're dealing. And instead of getting better, you just spout up on your Facebook, crying on your Twitter bit about how bad your case look. In case you didn't get it yet, allow me to rephrase it. Your grandma than my 4-year-old, I'm actually amazed. Like you couldn't even see the forest for the trees. The writing's on the wall, literally there to see. How you getting salt that a culture blowing up, man? I think there was a point where you stopped growing up, man. Instead of showing up, man, irrationally mad. Don't appropriate impression like the latest fashion fad. It isn't cool or funny to be acting like an edgelord. You alienate friends, pushing closer to the edge more. I don't know how to say it anyway to make it clear. If you're the one unhappy, then the problem's in the mirror. Get upset on the internet, you're a salt adult, you're a salt adult. Get upset on the internet, you're a salt adult. The net is a repository for the vast expanses of human knowledge and all the technological advances, and I can't say enough how you gotta be open-minded. Yes, if you're looking for a fight, then you damn well find it. An axe needs grinding, you're not alone. There's a million other nerds who can bitch and moan and groan about how there's a release date delay of the new game. Man, decrease the cliche of your neckbeard. I'm afeared of the intensity of your love for two characters. You claim about some chemistry and they belong together.
Hey everybody, welcome to Retro Station 1989. I'm Commander Dan, and this is License to Play, a review show where we review modern and retro video games that were based on licensed materials. Things like books, comics, movies, puppy chow, soda pop, anything. Basically, if it had a license and they turned it into a video game, we evaluate it to find out if it has a license to play and if you should try it out. Basically, we started as a way of preventing the Earth from being liquidated by the people from Planet X. But its new Supreme Leader, that would be Space Santa Claus from space, he told us we could review whatever we want. I still want to review licensed games, but if you have suggestions, comment down below. Oh, and you might have remembered this too.
Of plucky nerds to evaluate. Let's make it complicated for you. A real busy work kind of evaluation. Yes, okay. Yeah. So, I command you, Commander Dan, to review a Christmas-themed golf game that's not Flash-based.
As you probably heard, the Supreme Leader of Planet X has told us we have to review a non-mobile, Christmas-themed golf game. Well, I tell you what, that sounded a lot like busy work to me, and to the rest of the Retro Station. In fact, I told them, basically take the night off. I got this, because what the Supreme Leader does not know is that yours truly, he's a pretty big Xbox fan, and I got a little plan for him. And not to mention, I don't think that guy respects me very much.
Don't let that get you down, Commander Dan. We respect you. And by the way, Space Santa's not exactly someone who doles out respect. Mostly, he doles out fruitcake.
I thought you guys were on vacation. Anyway, you're absolutely right. Mostly, he just determines who's a dick and who gets fruitcake. Anyway, it's just too bad he didn't know how much of an Xbox collector and fanboy old Commander Dan is.
Oh? How so?
You'll see. But this gives me an opportunity to vent a little. this season. Well, I guess it would be the holiday season, but as you noticed, if you look down at your clock and calendar on your laptop there, or if you're watching me on your phone, you probably already know that this is happening in March. So we had a little bit of a break. There's been explanations, but if you don't care about that, you don't care about that. But anyway, this gives me an opportunity to vent my feelings about a phrase that all retro game collectors, and myself, who has a retro game collection, have heard, a bajisplickety billion times around the YouTubes and around everywhere and from countless YouTube shows. Something like this. Oh, wow. That phrase, Blockbuster exclusive. You know, it's like a justification to gouge retro game collectors and make them pay far out the ass for something that's now drizzled in the secondary market's favorite scumbag seller term, rarity. I've done a video or two for our Earthbound collectors here from the Retro Station about the subject of rarity, and not the My Little Pony either. No, I've talked about Wada Games, Heritage Auctions, and their crew of shitbird scalpers and cutthroats that created a documentary filled with folks from YouTube and misrepresented their positions on the nature of rarity in video game collecting to further their fraud-adjacent scheme to turn sealed games into the next big speculators bubble. And boy howdy, is their trailer rife with advertisement for that scheme. Let's take a look. Like a following of very genuinely cool people. Like people who actually are chill and good with each other and like don't act like assholes, etc. And here in this video, man, this Wada ass fucking commercial, this Wada infomercial for Wada and Heritage Auctions, and spreading this FOMO, and then having to see one of the Wada guys sitting in, what's his name? I have it written down here. All right. Oh, geez. Can't remember the dude's name, but he collects Nintendo Power artwork from the actual Nintendo Power magazines. And that's where they put the Wada guy sitting in that collection like he owns that fucking collection. What? He doesn't own that collection. That's not his collection. Oh, they even include that picture of the fucking dentist who spent $1 million on a Super... No, he didn't. He fucking did not. And plus, it's not that rare. You want to know how I know? We're going to talk about that in a second, too. Oh, bling, bling, bling. So, this message that John Riggs sent out went to all of his subscribers, which is 126,000. I'm struggling for 500. This motherfucker has 126,000 of these subscribers, who we just told to watch this trailer for this rarity movie. I can't imagine how easy it is to talk with Wada's balls in your mouth, but apparently he learned how to talk with the smell of their balls on his breath and their wallets dangling in his face like a Roman face mask. Oh yeah, Wada, I'll do whatever you say, buddies. But I'm not expecting him to be a fucking journalist. He's not Walter Cronkite. You know what I mean? He's not Dan Rather. He just is making videos so he can make money. And I'm sure he does. He's got plenty of fucking subscribers. And I'm looking at the numbers here. Metal Jesus, 850,000. He's in this movie. My Retro Life, 35,000. Maybe he got in the movie for this purpose. Pixel Game Squad, 46,000 subscribers. NES Complex, 78,000 subscribers. The AVGN has 3.5 fucking million subscribers, and they're all going to watch this movie because he's in it. And they're all going to get that same FOMO. And none of them understand that the show is over. Okay, look at this. And that's the fucking trailer. Bling, 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 bling. No lie. And the show is over, folks. That $1 million was the show. And now they've got you in the tent. And now they're going to pick your fucking pockets by telling you should get your stuff graded. Because you know what happens when you get your stuff graded? You have to lay out the fucking cash first. Then find out what they think it's worth. These games are so rare. It takes a professional to grade them. Rare?
Bullshit!
Yeah, and you can catch that piece of crap movie here on YouTube for free right now. Go ahead and do it. It'll turn your stomach. Now, on the secondary market, you hear the phrase Blockbuster exclusive thrown around a lot, meaning a game made and sold only at Blockbuster, which sounds exactly like, ooh, it must be rare.
Bullshit!
Yeah. See, in the height of their popularity, Blockbuster Video was making billions of dollars, and with thousands of locations across the US, exclusive to Blockbuster was about as solid as exclusive to places that people buy things. That Blockbuster exclusive stuff was used to justify scumbag scalpers to raise their price on games like Clay Fighter's Sculptor's Cut because that was an exclusive, along with Fire Dogs on the SNES, the Ren and Stimpy game, Eek the Cat, which I own and bought for $5. But then the fable grew to any damn title that was unusual or under the radar that was somehow a Blockbuster exclusive now. The most notorious of these titles would be the Hudson Soft's SNES title Hagane, the ninja game. Now, there is zero evidence that Hagane was an exclusive, especially because Hudson Soft didn't have a relationship with American rental companies for one simple reason. Nintendo, after losing a lawsuit against Blockbuster Video in '87, would threaten retailers on many levels. So they partnered with Blockbuster, meaning the enemy of my enemy is my friend, so you could rent their hardware from them so long as they didn't rent anyone else's hardware. Now, does that kind of explain why you never saw a TurboGrafx 16 at the Blockbusters that you probably went to? This lasted until the mid-90s when the Sony and the PlayStation crashed through their half-ass monopoly. So how does this prove the Hagane was just an under-talked-about game from the time? Well, number one, Hudson Soft couldn't have created an exclusive deal with Blockbuster so long as Nintendo held the same space, which is why Blockbuster didn't rent the TurboGrafx, SuperGrafx, or any other type of hardware or game in their stores. Also, and this is very important, your brave Commander Dan, I worked there from 1994 to 1996 when Hagane came out. Let me tell you, for a fact, Hagane was not a Blockbuster exclusive. But many years later, there was an exclusive. Okay, that's off my chest now. See, Space Santa thinks he produced a task that would be impossible. But because I collect for the Xbox like a stooge, I happen to have a pair of games here. Demos, really, and guess what? They were Blockbuster exclusives. Sorta. The games are Outlaw Golf 9 Holes of Christmas and Outlaw Golf 9 More Holes of Christmas. Now let's see if these two Christmas beauties have licenses to play. Simon and Schuster. Yeah, they made books, but not in the year 2002. Oh, I mean, it's getting hot in there, yeah, but Simon and Schuster still made books. But what they did also was create video games. In a marketplace that had grown exponentially since the 90s, video games, businesses that usually didn't get involved in modern types of media, did jump into video games. And if you thought the 90s were extreme, the early 2000s was the pinnacle of extreme. In a move that I describe as Jerry Springer's showrunner took their booking list for the worst parts of the 90s and fed it into a computer designed to fart out clones, and Simon & Schuster decided to test the boundaries of bad taste and tacky behavior by putting those clones in a golf tournament, the result would be Outlaw Golf. The game, from 2002, whose gimmick and appeal was twofold, low-class jerks playing golf and beating the shit out of each other, and the comedy vocals of Steve Carell as the announcer, was a modest success. Other than that, Outlaw Golf didn't hold much appeal for either sports gamers looking for a golf game, or folks looking to be enticed by the visuals of ladies in leather, and even upping the ante in the sequel. Failed to please either group by half. They tried again with Outlaw Volleyball and Outlaw Tennis, which were both, for a time, Blockbuster exclusives. But yeah, by 2002, the extreme audience knew half-ass attempts to pander by then, and that wasn't good for Simon & Schuster. So, it looks like we got a mix here. Outlaw Golf, which was a modest hit, and a nearly omnipotent Blockbuster Video looking like a great prospect to advertise their next title, Outlaw Volleyball. So, Simon & Schuster decided to create a Blockbuster exclusive. Woohoo! And they did it twice. Outlaw Golf, 9 Holes of Xmas, and 9 More Holes of Xmas. A pair of demos exclusive to Blockbuster to sneak a demo of Outlaw Volleyball to their prospective buyers. Exclusively. Sorta. There's that word again. Sorta. See, that's why Blockbuster exclusives are hog shit. Pardon my French. I mean, le hog shit. Because it's true. You know, because the two exclusives, yeah, only sold at Blockbuster, were exclusive, and those words put prices even now all over the place. Meanwhile, non-Blockbuster exclusive games? Holiday Golf, the identical named disc to 9 Holes of Xmas, but without the half-ass double entendre? Wah wah, $3. Can you believe it? Yeah, so if you're out there collecting retro games, especially Xbox, you gotta know how these people just dick over the folks buying games, and that puts them on the official dick list. And I'll send that on over to Space Santa Claus. From space! I just can't do it right. Anyway, anything that can be said about Outlaw Golf can be double said about 9 Holes of Xmas and its sequel. The only question about these might be, other than are they worth more than $5 a piece, to which I say, oh hell no. The other question, of course, is, do Outlaw Golf 9 Holes of Xmas and 9 more Holes of Xmas, the demo discs, deserve a license to play? No, they do not. Not at all. Not even a little bit. No, the line reads by Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert are entertaining, absolutely. But suffering through the limp parody and the crappy controls, not worth it. And folks, we're going to wrap up this episode and the holiday season that we kind of missed out on with a favorite of mine. And while it's not a classic, it is a classic favorite of mine, and it's something that needs to be addressed before we hit the big one this year, and that will be our April episode. That's going to be a 2-parter, a 2-hander, a 2-fisted tale about the entirety of retro gaming history for me. And you, I hope, will enjoy it. So, whether you're a collector, a scumbag reseller looking to scalp, real fans, or just love video games, thank you so much for being a fan. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have games you'd love to see us take a look at and give it a license to play or not. Especially licensed games. But if you have games of your own that you think, hey, Commander Dan, we need some real opinions on these real great games or these true pieces of crap, I'll be happy to find the hidden sandwiches and the public turds among them. And anyway, no matter what I've said during this video, in the past or in the future, to all of you space and wonderful, wonderful real friends of mine in Space Pirates, remember to always, always, always stay retro. Peace.
Get upset on the internet. You're a salt adult. You're a salt adult. Get upset on the internet. You're a salt adult. Throwing out a hissy fit, your views ain't in the millions, and every up and comer is a threat to what you're dealing. And instead of getting better, you just spout up on your Facebook, crying on your Twitter bit about how bad your case look. In case you didn't get it yet, allow me to rephrase it. Your grandma than my 4-year-old, I'm actually amazed. Like you couldn't even see the forest for the trees. The writing's on the wall, literally there to see. How you getting salt that a culture blowing up, man? I think there was a point where you stopped.